Well, Iran burning American flags then, or Iran burning American flags now, something's never changed, except this. Secretary of State John Kerry still flying around trying to get support for a deal with these guys to retired U.S. Army General Bob Scales, who says he appreciates the effort, but Secretary saved the fuel. This is just a bunch of folks with whom you cannot get a deal. Well, he's trying, but General, you're arguing he's wasting his time. Why?
Yeah, he's wasting his time. The United States is going to get what they want, and that's a signed piece of paper that will stamp this president for posterity as a peacemaker. And the Iranians are going to get what they really must have, and that's an end to the sanctions. Recall, the collapse of oil prices have made things even worse for the Iranians. They remember the near revolution in 2009. They remember that the 1979 revolution that overthrew the Shah started with shopkeepers in Tehran. They must get the sanctions limited, and they will continue to build the bomb, Neil. They are so far along now with the number of facilities that they've built, either buried underground or sequestered into urban areas. They know that their nuclear weapons program is secure. Get a signed document, start to remove the sanctions, and the rest of the world will beat the United States to the agreement table. They'll get their economy restarted. They'll continue to be the world's largest exporter of terrorism, and they will continue to build a bomb, and they're only just a short way away from having a bomb. And not only that, Neil, but they're developing an intermediate range ballistic missile that can easily reach Tel Aviv as the proper vehicle for carrying it. Now,
all right, so what's our alternative?
I think this is over.
Okay, so our alternative is what?
There is no alternative.
All right, so you don't do a deal, or you just force them to a table or something that because the sanctions are hurting them, and we double up on the sanctions. What do you do?
Because we're not going to do that. We're going to sign this agreement in 2 weeks, or we're not going to sign the agreement. In either case, Iran will continue to build a bomb. I cite for you North Korea. I was in Korea when we signed the agreement with Kim Il-sung, and he continued to build a bomb. There's nothing in Iran's national interest which will preclude them from building a bomb. They have 17 sites across Iran that are used to manufacture nuclear weapons. They're so far along in this program, nobody can turn them back. The only person who can even push back their nuclear program is the United States, and for the next 2 years, we're not going to do it, and the Iranians know it.
All right, if any deal is going to be a bad deal,
right.
It was like Benjamin Netanyahu was saying, our only alternative would be to bomb those sites.
Right.
But we're not going to do that. Maybe
Nope.
Israel could do that, but how likely is that?
That's unlikely, because I don't want to get too much inside baseball with you here, but if you look at the correlation of forces and the size of the Israeli Air Force and the size of the target, the Israelis, even with the help of some Gulf states, wouldn't be able to put enough military force forward to even put a dent in the Iranian nuclear program. And they know that we're not going to help them, so I think the Iranians now have sort of, it's open season for them to complete their nuclear program, and I think Mr. Netanyahu is exactly right. The only thing that the Israelis can do at this stage is to build a deterrent capability, the Arrow anti-missile system or whatever, 3 or 4 years down the road that hopefully will shoot down the first nuclear-tipped missile that heads in their direction, Neil.
General, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you again.